Hey folks, Mark here, Blues and Guitars / K-Blues, KBLUES on YouTube. This is Blues Harp 101, lesson number 1. First thing we're going to do is play along a little bit with Muddy Waters' Hoochie Coochie Man. And then after that we'll go into the lesson, alright? So we're going to start this up here. And I'm just doing a little playing off the cuff. Nothing fancy. Here we go.
Gypsy woman told my mother before I was born, I got a boy child coming. He's gonna be a son of a gun. He's gonna make pretty women jump and shout. They will wanna know what this all about.
Hi folks, this is Mark at Blues and Guitars / K-Blues Radio on YouTube. This is Blues Harp 101, lesson number 1. And we're going to move the camera back just a little bit, and I'm going to show you what lesson number 1 is going to be about. Now, as you can probably see on the screen here, we're on YouTube. I was just playing along a little bit with Muddy Waters' Hoochie Coochie Man from Chess, 1954. Now, the reason I did that is something that you can do to learn to play, to get better and better after you start learning to play, and something you can do for pure enjoyment. And you can do what I just did, is you can find a song that's in the right key, as this one is. Now, if you get a D harp, a harp in the key of D, that's going to set you up to play songs in the key of A. This Muddy Waters song here, Hoochie Coochie Man, is in the key of A. So you can have this song on your list and add more songs to your list of songs that you can play along with. And it's a lot more fun to play along with a blues song than it is to just sit around by yourself. So that's what we're doing now. So I'm going to go ahead and move the camera back. Actually, let me see if I can zoom. Let's see if I can. That's what we want. Oh, that's what we want. Okay. So we're going to take a quick look at Blues Harp 101, lesson 1. Let's see, we're getting focused here. Okay, Blues Harp 101, lesson 1. Let me see if I can steady my hand a little bit there. Alright, so the first thing I recommend in Blues Harp 101, lesson 1 is that you watch my Blues Harp recommendation video. Okay? Then the second thing is we're going to learn something right now, some harmonica terminology. Now, there's a term which is blowing, which is pretty obvious, and a term which is drawing. Now, let me switch hands on this here. And I'm going to use my pen pointer. Alright, so blowing is pretty self-explanatory. That's when you're blowing through one or more holes on the harmonica. And that's this little symbol up, that means you're blowing. That little symbol means blowing. And drawing is when you're sucking or inhaling basically through the harmonica. We're not really inhaling, but you're sucking through it. So that's, this diagram means drawing or sucking air through the harmonica. That means blowing or blowing air through the harmonica. So in this lesson, we're going to tell you things that you can do, just like any lessons that anybody takes. That I've taught lessons, I've taken lessons. The first thing about lessons is you take what you're instructed in lesson 1, and you take that home and you learn it. You learn it at your own speed, at your own pace, and then when you've learned that, then you come back, to the teacher, if you will, for lesson 2, having learned what's in lesson 1. If you don't do that, you'll never get anywhere. So just thought I'd throw that in there. So we've got. Okay, so we talked about our terminology in terms of blowing and drawing. And we see our little, the reason I put this diagram in here, not just to show that blowing means blowing and drawing means drawing, is that if you look at, you can find song charts for harmonica, for blues, and they'll use these symbols to tell you if you should blow or draw a certain note. So if you want to go that route, you certainly can. So watch the Blues Harp recommendation video, dig the harmonica technology, blowing and drawing. Number 3, learn and practice sounding one note at a time, both blowing and drawing, clean. By clean, meaning you're not getting any other notes in there or partial other notes. And that's what it says, without sending any nearby notes. So again, this is the first thing to learn. Learn and practice sounding one note at a time, both blowing and drawing, clean, without sounding any nearby notes. And then once you're getting the hang of that on one note, we'll then move up and down the harp and play every note, every single note up and down the harp, play it, both blowing and drawing. All right, now here's some technique to allow you to do what I just said. Do this by wrapping your lips, and I've got a chart here, a diagram. Do this by wrapping your lips around one note / harp hole as best you can, and then blow through it. And if you're sounding more than one note, then make the little hole between your lips smaller until the notes sound clean, right? Again, you sound a single note by wrapping your lips around one note, which is also one harp hole, the best you can. And then when you're sounding more than the just one note you want, you just make the little hole between your lips a little smaller until you're only getting the hole you want. And also move the harmonica to the right or the left a little bit until you get the little hole in your lips lined right up on the one hole and only the one hole that you want to play. So you do that and practice that, both blowing and drawing. Now number 5 is repeat the blowing and drawing practice, but you can expand to learning to practice. You can expand by practicing learning to sound 2 notes at a time, and only 2 notes at a time, 3 notes at a time, 4 notes at a time together, and this will form chords. Just like guitar, with harmonica, you got chords and you got lead playing, if you will. So the single note playing practice is the beginning of your training and learning how to play lead on the harp, which everybody loves. And then the practicing sounding 2, 3, 4 notes together, clean, forming chords. Well, that'll teach you how to play harp chords, both blowing and drawing clean. All right. And we'll take a look at this piece right here. All right. So here we go. This here. Let's set that up there. Actually, there we go. Okay. All right, ladies and gents. So, okay, yeah, we got to back up. I'm going to adjust our camera angle, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now you can see a diagram here. So, I'm going to read this to you. You'll see there's X's here, okay? The X shows holes / notes not played by covering those holes / notes with your lips. So you want to play this note here in the center. You don't want to play any of the ones surrounding it. So you use your lips, the left side of your lips, to cover both these holes, leaving an opening here for your little opening between your lips to play this note only, and then the right side of your lips is going to cover these 2 holes. So you're blocking the holes to either side of the note you want to sound, thereby making it that you will succeed in sounding that one note only. Okay? So again, the X shows holes / notes not played, the X's, by covering those X'd holes with your lips. The note in the middle without the X is played by making a small hole with your lips around, but not blocking the hole you want to play through. Right? Once again, the note in the middle without the X is played by making a small hole with your lips around, but not blocking the hole you want to play through, which is this one. And at first, you'll likely sound more than one note. Just adjust the position of your lips with regard to the hole you're playing. You might have to move the harp to the right a little or to the left a little bit. You might have to make the hole in your lips wider or narrower to isolate only the note or notes you wish to play. Okay? By the way, I've had a ton of coffee, so I'm really wound up. Okay, wetting a harmonica on the bottom here. This is a popular thing, and I did it when I started off. Wetting a harmonica. Some folks dip their harp in water periodically, which for some reason makes the brass reeds play a bit easier. All right, and the theory is that you're learning and you wet the reeds, it makes them easier to bend, so it, when you're learning, it gives you a little bit of confidence and so on and so forth. But I don't recommend doing that because it's going to warp the wood comb of the harmonica. And this right here, there we are. How well can we see? There we go. That's not very good, but right here, that's the comb. That's the comb. The part you blow through with the holes in, that's the comb. You'll warp the comb, and you'll oxidize the brass reeds faster, also making the harp prematurely worn out and useless. So I think it's better to learn to play properly, in my opinion, with a dry harp. I wouldn't soak it. Okay, and then here's my final thing, and that's kind of why I opened the video playing along with Muddy Waters. You can do the same thing. Find a slow blues song in the key of A. Let's see if we're not seeing my finger pointing. There we go. Find a slow blues. Take 2. Find a slow blues song in the key of A to play along with, because that will work with a harmonica in the key of D, which is what you want to get. You want to get a Marine Band Deluxe harmonica in the key of D which will allow you to play blues songs in the key of A, as I am doing here. So, find a slow blues song in the key of A for playing along with using a harmonica in the key of D. See if you can play some single notes and 3 or 4 whole chords along with the song. This is really important. Stay loose, have fun, and you will discover things while playing along with the song recording. Now let me show you right now, if we don't run out of time, about see if you can find some single notes that match the song and whatnot. So let's go back into this. If the video cuts out early, I apologize.
I got a black cat bone. I got a mojo too.
That note matches.
I got the
I'm drawing.
I'm gonna mess with
That one matches too.
I'm gonna
All
make
those
you
match
run.
and I'm drawing.
Leave it by my hand. Then the world will know the hoochie man. But you know,
So that you can do what I'm just doing. So just play along with the song, both blow and draw through holes, and you'll find you'll find notes that fit the song. That fits. That one doesn't. So you figure out if you need to draw or blow when you just fool around. Alright folks, that's the first lesson. We'll go into some other stuff next time.
On the 7-month.
And I hope this does you some good. This is the first little lesson here. Leave comments, including criticisms, constructive criticisms. Mark signing off.